Oh, so let
Hmm.
me let me let me ask you something, right? You think social media is toxic?
I mean, what do you mean by toxic?
Okay, so basically, like toxic, right? I
Yeah.
personally am against the word being overused, which it has been
Hmm.
definitely, but in the case of social media, I think it's like a relevant question because, or like it's a valid question because when you look at social media, right? What is
Yeah.
it in essence? It's perception versus reality. Like you're literally broadcasting your persona, and your persona is like the characteristics of yourself. It's like your outermost layer of your person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you're broadcasting the most exterior form of yourself for other people to see. Because there's literally not one thing
Hmm.
that has been posted on social media that has not been for attention. Any single thing that you post on social media is for attention. Literally any single
Yeah.
thing.
I mean that is what social media is. It's a place where
Exactly.
people, yeah, you post things, you give your attention, you pay attention, or you put something there for people to pay attention to. But I don't think
Right.
that's inherently toxic. I think that's more like
Right.
an attention tool. And in the age of
Right. No.
consumerism, like a tool which
Uh-huh.
allows you to divert people's attention is the most valuable thing there is.
Right. No, but think about this now. While yes, that would be a great benefit, it could also be a big problem because let's say for someone now who is suffering with insecurities or someone who, let's say,
Mm.
is really, 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 really self-conscious about certain aspects of their life, how do you think social media can really benefit them other than a way of them trying to portray themselves as someone they're not to appease or to seek validation from other people?
Now, I understand what you're saying, how that'll be detrimental, but I don't think the blame in that situation is on social media exactly. It's like it's on the way they utilize it. So it's not their fault that they feel insecure or, however, but social media, like, emphasizing that insecurity isn't social media's fault. It's not the application, the algorithm that brings
Right.
everybody's content together. It's not that. It's not its fault. It's just a product of the system.
But that's the thing. Once you can't one make the argument that any single thing in this world is only as good as its main consumers, or well, okay, so like leaders only as good as its followers, if that in that sense, you know what I mean? And like I feel like social media, the the flagship users of social media are those who would actually highlight people's insecurities, like someone like Kylie Jenner. I mean, it's not her fault that she does that, but
Okay.
at the same
No,
time,
I think it's in that situation it's actually the celebrity's fault. Because in my mind, I think about it like this. Like, as so social media, the app, the algorithm is like the road, right? And
uh-huh.
everybody, we drive on the road. We're the consumers, we drive our cars. Now, when somebody gets hurt because of social media, let's say in our example, somebody crashes into each other, it's not the road's fault. It's whoever caused the crash, if you understand what I'm saying.
Right, right, right.
So
But if that road is
the
tailored for
problem
them,
isn't the road. No, no, yeah. If the road is fucked, well, you understand?
that's what I'm saying. Is it's
Yeah.
almost like the road is tailored for that. It's almost like the road is tailored for these celebrities. Because I mean, that's what gives the app success. Like these celebrities that gives the app, they provide a platform for these celebrities, and like it's a barter system. These celebrities get to post these things, and then in turn the app gets prominence. And I think so that's why it's almost like a hand in hand thing. They have deals with Instagram, like a lot of these celebrities. So you have to say if the road is corrupted or if the road is shit,
That
then
real
can you
potholes, yeah,
say the
that's
road?
turf everywhere.
Yeah, like Trinidad, the road are real potholes in it and thing. Can you still say it's not the road's fault?
I mean, somewhat, but then if the road is truly like damaged, Like, would you advocate for like getting rid of the road entirely or like patching it, fixing it? And if you did, how
No,
would
but
you fix the road that is social media?
that's what I was now gonna say. If the problem is so gigantic to the point where it's unfixable, if the entire road is basically pothole and a little piece of road in it, and you just say, well, forget about that road and let's take a highway instead. Let's take a different avenue. You know what I mean? But I think that that probably isn't really the best solution either because people are still gonna have insecurities regardless. I'm just asking the question because obviously we're having a new conversation. You know what I mean?
Any
So like I
conversation?
just
Trademark,
yes,
yeah?
I'm just wondering.
Trademark.
Trademark. Don't try and thief our name. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's because like I wonder just how much of people's insecurities stem from social media rather than real life interaction. You know what I mean? Because you're literally
No.
it's almost like you're branding
Mhm.
yourself. You know,
Yeah,
you're literally marketing yourself. Like you're putting the best aspects of your life on display, the aspects of your persona that you want people to see of you out people to see, so that you can seek some well one way or another attention, but in
yeah.
a lot of
Well,
cases also
yeah.
validation,
No, well, validation is attention. It's just positive attention from the people you want it
positive
from.
attention. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, I'm not gonna say for every case is for validation because I'm sure like they have trolls. People go on social media to just be
Yep.
demons. You know what I mean? Like just cause us to and say real messed up stuff. Dog, you know what I mean? So I mean, like it's kind of I'm on the fence with it, dog. I don't know because
Yeah,
people
I'm
really have
unsure as
to
well.
people really have to see the people. I think there needs to have a balance in everything in life. People fear opprobrium so much, public opprobrium and scrutiny so much to the point where I think like things that
But
are
that's biological. I mean, we developed as a tribal species, and one of the main things that keep tribes or packs, if it's wolves or whatever, together is similarities. So if you're viewed as different or weird, obviously it's come to mean something different now, but back in the day that would literally be life or death, whether you
right. I was now
fit
gonna say
in
that. I was now
or
gonna
with
say
the
that.
same as the group.
Yeah, but that's in context of the time and situation. Look, long time if
No,
you
but
flicking
yeah, but
killer,
we
if you can't
progress.
hunt, you can't hunt. You can't hunt a wolf. Your aim is shit. You can't. You throw in a spear and it landing right in front of your foot. Yeah, well, they are obviously like, oh gosh, yeah, he useless, boy. Like, get rid of him. That's different than if a man farts in an elevator and everyone is like, oh, okay, yeah. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
but
that's
back in the day,
way less
shit like
detrimental.
that could get you exiled. Nowadays, it's fine, but remember, when we evolve, evolution is a very slow process. We still have monkey brains dealing with computers, and we progressed as a society way faster than we progressed as a species. Like, you dig?
So you think okay, so like moment that's awkward moment for you. Would you say how awkward? What give me an example of something awkward for you, like an awkward situation for you.
An awkward situation, what, like just
An
in life?
awkward situation, like yeah, like a give me in fact, Matt, I'll do me one better. Give me a actual thing that happened to you that was quote unquote awkward, considered awkward.
Awkward, awkward in what sense? As in, I just
Awkward
felt
as
out
in
of place. So
no, well I mean awkward as in like you felt because I mean I think awkward the term awkward stems from public disapproval.
that's it.
Or you felt or
I
you
always
feel
thought awkward was more of an internal thing rather
but
than
yeah, that's the thing. You feel internally you feel I think you feel hard with yourself internally because you feel like you're being scrutinized or judged in some way, shape, or form, no? I don't know. I mean, like, I
yeah,
think awkwardness comes from public opprobrium.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like,
I
it
mean,
not fitting within the
when was
finest
sometime
lines of the
I felt
social thing.
awkward. Oh, I I was out shopping with my mother, right? And
Uh-huh.
I didn't know where she was, so you know, and I saw what I thought was her, went up, tapped her on the shoulder, and told her something, and it was not her. I was just that was that was one of the most awkward experiences. The way this woman turned around and looked at me with like a mixture of confusion and just
No,
what? Who are you?
right, right.
No,
You see? No, no. Take that experience,
yeah,
right? How detrimental was that experience to your life?
not at
How?
all.
How detrimental? Exactly though.
No,
Compare
no, but
that to a man
that's in
who cannot
today's
hunt
society.
a woolly mammoth. You are on a tribe trying to hunt a woolly mammoth, and
Yeah,
your aim is shit, your arm weak, and on top of that, you can't run. You're slow.
yeah,
You understand? You're keeping people back. Men had to stop for you every 5 minutes because you had to take a piss. All kind of different dog. And you know what I mean? That is
yeah.
different than you tapping a random woman for 5 seconds on her shoulder and she watches you and says, "Who the ass is he, boy?" You know what I mean? Like it's not the same. That's what I'm saying. So it's like I don't
No,
think
I understand that. I understand that, but that is my point exactly. Like feelings, like awkwardness or not feeling like you fitting in, don't follow logic. Obviously, if you think about it logically, an awkward moment or feeling like you don't fit in means nothing in today's society. Well, not nothing,
it
but it
means.
means little to none. You know? But it's a
And why are we
feeling. It
letting it
doesn't
affect
follow
us?
logic.
And why are we letting it affect us
I
so
told you we
much?
have
Because
monkey brains. We're monkeys
no, because
who build
it's
computers.
it's insane. It's too. It's no. It's ridiculous. Because like, let me ask you something. If someone was to come to your house right now, are you? Let's
Hmm.
say, but it's a woman dressed in
Hmm.
a professional way. Like let's say like a
Want
like
to
a,
put me
a,
in
a
house.
woman's a woman suit. They are kind of woman suit, like those woman suits or something like that. She comes in the house and
Tailor suit.
you have
Uh,
on a shirt, a bleach stained shirt with some holes in it though.
yeah.
You go upstairs and you change your shirt. She's not
No.
even coming to address you. No,
Hell no.
I'm asking because I
Yeah,
know.
nah, no,
I'll
no.
ask him a hypothetical question.
Like,
If you
I'd
go
have prayed
upstairs,
on
change your shit, and come back downstairs,
what?
who would you have changed for? Would you have changed for her? Oh, I'm asking a hypothetical question. Would you have
Yeah,
changed? Let's not say you, because maybe it doesn't apply to you directly.
yeah.
But if someone does that, do they change themselves to make themselves feel better and represent themselves properly in a professional manner, or do they change for that person in the fear of them being judged by that person?
Well, it's a bit of both, no? Like,
Exactly, and I don't like that. It's too black and white.
it,
It has to be
well,
black and white. I mean, it's too gray. I don't
it's
like it.
too
I don't
gray.
like
It's
that.
like, no,
I
but
don't like
nothing
that.
in life is nothing is black and white. Everything is gray.
Should it
That's what
should be
makes it
black and white?
interesting. If everything was black and
No,
white, everything would be boring. You'd know everything. The fact that it's gray is
exactly.
the
I
reason
want
we
to
can
know
even
everything.
have a new conversation. Because you can't have a
No,
conversation if
I
everybody
don't.
knows everything. You think?
I
There's
just
no
know.
new
Like I hate
conversations
that.
if everything's black and white.
You drove myself insane, are you? Like in 2019, I was like going insane, like on my bed, talking about just studying sociology and human interaction and coming up with all these hypothetical scenarios, thinking to myself,
Mhm.
what is me doing something for myself rather than doing something for other
There is
people
no
to see, for
doing
other people's
something for
approval.
yourself. Or like there is no
Exactly.
doing something for yourself and there is no doing something for others. It's always a little bit of both.
And that pisses me the hell off, Ayu, because I could tell you for a fact, all them people who say, I'm studying people, I don't care what people, you study people by
You're
thing.
lying.
Well,
You're
it's
lying.
like
You're
you're
lying.
wearing pants right now, aren't you? That's a
I'm telling you.
conformity. You're going out.
Yeah.
If you don't care about people so much, why don't go anymore naked? All
No, but
pants
the
are
thing
anymore
is,
naked now.
people my understanding is people who say those types of things like I don't care about people or I'm crazy or whatever. Or even the men who used to be back in the day in school talk about, but hey, when I get vexed, I just see red and I'll kill somebody. No,
Them and his pussies.
that's actually psychotic behavior. And if you're telling me this, you're not psychotic. Like it.
No, like no, but that's the thing. That's the thing. No, we don't know because that's the problem I'm really having is balance. What is the perfect balance between doing things for yourself and doing things for other people? What is the perfect balance? Like,
Right?
where's the right spot? Where's the right spot? I can tell you for a fact if I go and get a haircut now. Because I remember that same time in 2019, I was going mad, wearing beat out old shoes. I had a real ascetic lifestyle. Like, I was purposefully degrading myself, wearing baggy,
Ah,
shitty, ugly outfits as a way of humility, trying to think, like, okay, well,
mhm.
this is going to make me care about people less. And actually, when people would tell me shit like, Justin, you look bad.
Yeah.
Justin, go and get a mark.
You
This is
should
like
take it to
after a
heart,
while,
yeah?
no, well, at first I didn't, Then after a while, I was like, wait, now they had a party, right? And I felt
Yeah,
so bad. They had a party I was going to. The same Paradise party, the one in Chacacabana.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I take a fresh mark. And as I come out the thing, and I come out in the dance and I say, ah! And I feel
Yeah.
nice, you know what I'm saying?
That
You know what I
validation,
mean?
it hits, it
Yeah,
hits, it hits.
yeah. But like that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know what's the perfect balance. You understand? What's the perfect balance? I don't know between the two. What? Because like, was that more detrimental for me in the long run? The fact that I got that haircut, or was
Mm.
it? Would it have been more detrimental had I continued wearing those destitute clothes and carrying about myself waywardly? Like
Well,
I don't know what would have
that's a
been.
weird question. I mean, it really comes down to like, I think people have a really weird concept of living for yourself versus living for others. Like you, there is no living for yourself. Like, yeah, you're an
Mm,
individual, but nobody as a human is really an individual. Like you're part of some group somewhere.
right,
So,
right,
like
right,
getting
right.
validation from your group isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like
But that's
it's,
the thing. It
I
was even
feel
from the
like
group.
yeah,
Like it wasn't just from the group alone. Like I had to go and get a what do you call it? There was like a maxi picking up the people and whatnot, and
mhm.
they were picking up random people. And like what happened was that we made a stop to KFC by Westmall, and when we went inside or something, like I don't know the fella from the man much, but he said, crispy, you know what I mean? And it's like just stuff
Oh,
like that. It's like
hey,
I hit harder
yeah. Because
than
people
any
in
kind
your
of
group might tell you that out of sympathy, or they might tell you that
yeah,
just to
like
make you feel good.
don't
Some
patronize me.
random
Don't
person
patronize me.
complimenting you,
Yeah,
that's
boy.
different. Hey, they mean it. You don't tell no
That's
random
different.
stranger something unless you mean it.
Yeah, yeah, boy.
That's kind
It's
of mad,
different,
though. That's kind of mad thing. Most people will probably tell a stranger the truth quicker than their own friends, you know.
And that's a bad thing, That's a
Yeah,
very bad thing. That's a very bad thing. Like, and that just goes to show all this is ties into how much we care about what other people think.
yeah.
And you know what I mean? But we need that though. That's the
No,
thing.
I'm saying
That's the
that's
messed up thing about it.
part of being human is caring about what
Because
other
like
people think.
literally, imagine if no one cared what anyone else thinks. Like the amount of pedophiles, the amount of
Oh, right,
rapists,
yeah.
the
And
amount of like all like these horrible things. We'd have a huge problem. So I mean, I don't know.
empathy is part of the human experience. That knowing what other people feel
Yeah,
and caring what they think is an important part. It's what
but
separates
that's
us
but
from psychopaths, sociopaths.
right. But we need a balance, and I don't know where the balance is. And I've been trying for the past 2.5 years. Are you
Mhm.
find that balance? Like, what is the right balance? One minute I'm flicking wearing all these big baggy, ugly clothes, not taking marks for months on purpose, and then after the next minute I'm like, you know what? F this though. I'm trying to feel good. Go mark my
I think
hair,
the balance
get some new
is
threads.
you see what you said there? I think that's the issue itself. The balance is to wear the baggy clothes, to not get a mark, to not have any of the validation from society and still feel good. So that when you do get validation from society and then it inevitably at some point goes away, you still feel good.
Okay, okay, okay. But say that again for the viewers. Say that again for the
Say that
viewers.
again for the viewers. Have
Say
your
that again
own
for the viewers.
internal validation. So when your external validation inevitably runs out, you still feel good in yourself.
Exactly. So that thing, what you said there, right? Remember,
Yeah.
the whole time we were talking about, it's always a gray area. It's always a little bit of both, like
That's great.
doing things
That's
for
still
other
about
people.
both. Yeah.
But that's the thing. If your external validation runs out from other people,
Mhm.
then wouldn't it be inevitable that your internal validation kind of decreases?
No. It depends what you're if you're basing your internal, what's just what a lot of people do. They base their internal validation on the external validation, then yeah. But if you base your internal validation on internal factors, things that you control, then your external validation like disappearing isn't gonna change that.
Oh, what if you base things? What if the things that you have in your control that are based in your control
Hmm.
aren't necessarily things that can be seen by external, like valid. What is the right word? Valid
Validators.
validation. Yeah, validators. Like I was gonna say valedictory factors, but I don't even know like that's a term.
I
Like by
nah,
certain validators.
valedictorian.
So like if you're like a like let's say you know you could real sing, but like you real don't you're not on nana boy, right? So
Yeah.
people just say, but he's a real talentless piece of shit boy. Useless in every aspect of life. Eh? Like he's a man there, you know you have Michael Jackson pipes. Big man thing, and you
It's
just
not that way.
and you holding that in. You just holding that in. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know to yourself, I can sing.
Yeah.
How long you think that could last? Like
Forever.
before you feel
Forever.
the need,
You
before
see,
you feel the need, before you feel the need to express that in a cathartic moment with everyone that who doubted
nah,
you.
nah, nah. That could last forever. Given the right, mindset. The fact that you know you can sing, any anybody telling you that you can't sing doesn't matter to you because you have already internally validated yourself with the fact that you can sing. You know you can sing.
If
Anybody's criticism of your ability to sing means nothing.
but if no one else has heard you sing, how do you
But it
know that
doesn't
you really
matter.
can sing?
Yeah, well, you don't know that you can sing, or
But
maybe you
like,
do. I don't know if you have perfect pitch or something. I mean, how do you
how you
how do you
know?
measure
How you
being able to
know?
sing? What I
That's the
mean,
thing.
if
Exactly. You know, ask
if
that
being
question.
able
Like,
to
how do you
sing
know that?
is based upon how other people find you can sing,
Opinion
then
is
yeah,
exactly,
then I guess external validation is the only way you validate that. It's
and
not an
that's
internal
that's
factor.
literally, and that is literally every single thing in life. Every single thing in life, the metric that for anything that has been deemed valuable in life has been based on other human beings' opinions.
Well,
So, with that
well, not
being said,
necessarily on opinions, though. Also, there's some things that are based on just the physical factors of other humans, like things like height in our culture, like girls want 6 foot men. That's not based on opinion. It's more based on how the heights of everybody else. Like they want somebody who's taller
right,
than everybody else. It's not an
that's a
opinion thing. It's just
formulated,
yeah.
it's a formulated opinion. No, like
Well,
it's a formulated opinion within the culture.
I guess the specific height is formulated, like what height they want over is a formulated opinion. But I think that the notion in general of a taller man isn't really opinionated. It's just a I don't know, a byproduct of how we
Because
evolve.
like think about it though. Look at in the ancient Greek days, they used to like fellas with shrimp penises, small tolos.
Was that
You know what I
really a
mean?
thing?
And but that was a play long time. That was a play. Like
Hey,
you could look it up if you
Mike
look up
Dick
long
niggas
time. Like
winning.
yeah, like all in the ancient Roman days, I think like like them micro penis niggas used to be having all the plays, and now, well, obviously it's a different time we're in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So everything is based on a formulated opinion from a larger group of people within the society. That's how society works. And I think that with that being said, it is impossible for to necessarily validate yourself internally at all times without any sort of external validation. Because like we said before, it's a gray area. It's the balance you have to find. You know what I mean?
Well,
And I
dog,
don't know what that balance
to
is.
I'm gonna have to agree, but somewhat disagree with you. But definitely agree on the fact that it's a gray area. But if you take a look at the time, it looks like we're gonna have to wrap up this episode. You dig?
Ah, ladies and germs, ladies and gents, another new
Telling you,
conversation.
a
You
new
know,
conversation
I hope
with
you all like this one. With Justin
and I. You
and
dig?
right. Well, let me say that again for them now, boy. Maybe it was a little sticky just now.
Another round? Yeah, it was alright. So you started. You started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a new conversation with your boy
With
Justin and your boy.
Ayu. You dig? Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Say no
love you
more.
all.
Say
Take
no
care,
more.
right?
Take care.